How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus Fulham, taking place at the City Ground on Saturday. Sorry if it's a bit dark, I've just got a small lamp on next to me. So yeah, Forest against Fulham. Then I think both sides have had decent starts to the league. I say decent. I'm over the moon with the way that we've started this season. If you'd offered me 8 points after 4 games, I would have taken it with that before you'd even finished the sentence. I think it's such an improvement on last year, and really, really pleased with the way things are going. As for Fulham, their last game, they won 3-1 at home to Newcastle, which is a really good result for them. I think they can hold their head up really high for that. Smith Rowe, saw that they bought him for a decent fee, and came in from Arsenal, and he's looked really good. Played quite well against Newcastle, so he's going to have to be someone we have to keep an eye on. Someone who could cause a few issues. But yeah, I think Raul Jimenez scored as well, which is someone that Nuno knows quite well. Same with Adama Traore, so it'll be interesting to see if Nuno has anything up his sleeve to try and deal with those two. But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to this one. Really interested to see how things pan out. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be at the game. I've been to the other two home games in the Premier League this season, Wolves and Bournemouth, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend this one. So hopefully, it's our first win of the season. Our last win at the City Ground, as you can see right there. The last win at the City Ground was actually against Fulham in April, I believe it was. We haven't won at the City Ground since then. Obviously, 2 draws to start off this campaign. So yeah, I remember that game. I think it was on PT Sport. I think. But I was in the hospital waiting room with my dad that night. So yeah, he injured himself a little bit. So yeah, I had to keep popping out of the hospital and checking the score because there was horror connection inside the hospital. And we won, yeah, 3-1. That was incredible. I remember Wood scored and um, Hudson-Odoi scored. I'm trying to think if it might have been a Wood brace. I think I can't remember off the top of my head. Doesn't really matter right now. But yeah, going into this one, I'm feeling confident. A draw against Brighton, one where I think we go to the Amex. We got a 0-0 draw our first season after promotion, but we basically had to really defend and rely on Dean Henderson to have a fantastic performance. And then obviously last time we went there, it was a 2-0 loss, 2-0 loss, 1-0 loss, I believe it was actually, with a dodgy red card, and well, I mean not a dodgy red card in this one, but it looks like it's been overturned, I believe, so that's not too bad. But yeah, going into Brighton and seeing the sort of side that they are, you think, right, it's going to be a difficult one, and we might end up losing our streak. But you know what? We dug in there, got the first goal, scored a penalty, went 2-1 down, and usually, in the past you would have seen heads drop and things like that, but we stayed strong. We stayed, stayed together, used our character to get through it, and then Ramon Souza came off the bench and got his first goal for the club. So yeah, really, really pleased with that one, and I think that brings us a little bit of confidence going into this game. Fulham, they'll be on a bit of confidence themselves. I think of late they've drawn against West Ham and beat I've just completely forgotten, it was Newcastle at home, so they'll be feeling confident too. So hopefully we can go out there and be the better side. At home we haven't won yet. Like I say, we've had 2 draws, 1-1 each. Took the lead in both games and then been unable to get over the line. So hopefully in this one we can do that. I think it's an opportunity to do that. Fulham have lost Palhinha, and a big loss in the middle of the park for them. So maybe we could use someone like Sangare and Dominguez or Yates or Anderson to really overrun that area maybe. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one goes, and I'll be really interested to see the style of or the formation that Nuno goes with. I think it will be his classic 4-2-3-1, and I think he'll probably end up going with the wingers. We're at home now, we can get the players a little bit higher up against Brighton. Obviously, we started with the wingers as well, so he's not too cautious in that aspect. But I think yeah, look, I've got a feeling, we can get our first win of the season here. I really, really do. And make that 11 points in 5, which would be just outstanding. Outstanding. Um, I was trying to work out. I don't know how I'll be able to find this. I went on Google and tried to scroll back, but it just kept messing up. But I wonder how many games it took us to get 8 points or 11 points last season. Would have been a lot, a long, long way. You know, considering the fact that we ended up on 32 points. I think it was 36 with the deduction. Um, we're putting a big chunk into that. I mean, if it was 32, we're a quarter of our way into what we got for the whole of the campaign, and we're 5 games in. So, yeah, look, you got to be happy with that. You really have to be happy with that, and I hope that we can keep it going. I hope that we can get the 3 points and get our first win at home this season. It feels weird to say 6 games in, getting our first home win of the season, but given the circumstances, it's not too bad. Obviously, 2 draws at home, so we are still unbeaten in that aspect. But yeah, for me, then the starting lineup, I think you go with what we kind of expect. To be honest with you, at the moment, there's Sells in goal. The back four looks like it'll probably be Ola Aina. There was some questions of whether he'd picked up an injury, and there was like a blurry sort of back. He was in like somebody who looked like him was in the background, and some fans on Twitter were kind of going, "Oh, is that Ola? Has he got a boot on? Is he on crutches?" But I think he should be okay. I've seen some training pictures of him today on Instagram, so hopefully he'll be all right there. Centre halves, Milinkovic and Murillo. Such a great partnership, and I really, really like having them at the back four. They complement each other really well. Murillo likes to get on the ball, likes to step out from the back, and Milinkovic is just a brute. He's not afraid to get himself stuck in, so that's really, really great to see. And then at the left back position, I think Moreno, he's been a really good, really, really good addition to the side, and I really think, we want to try and get as many games out of him as we can, because I'm really, really impressed with what he's got for us. Midfield too, I think Sangare. Actually, no, Sangare is injured. I mentioned Sangare early on. He's injured. My apologies. Just played as Forest on FIFA, and Sangare was like Sangare is injured. He might be out until December. I think for me, Yates and Anderson. I think, or Dominguez and Anderson. I think that you got to go for those two. I think Anderson. I was a bit like behind him. I thought really like that's a lot of money for a player that I'm not sure is up to that standard, but he's done really, really well. I'm really, really happy with what he's done so far. Got the Player of the Month in August for us, and he's really bossed that midfield, and I really like seeing him in there. Newcastle fans were really raving about him, and I can completely understand why. They were sad to see him leave St James's Park, because for me, I think he's a really good player, and he's composed on the ball, he can pick a pass and everything like that. I think he's a really, really solid player, and I'd have him in the midfield alongside probably Yates. I think for a bit more combative nature in alongside him. The three behind the striker, then I think you got to go with Callum Hudson-Odoi. That man is just an absolutely fantastic footballer, and see him cut inside and whip one bomb corner past Bert Leno would be lovely. Scored against them last season as well, so knows what to do. And yeah, would love to see him there. On the right, there is Alanga, but I want to see Jota Silva start. I like Alanga, don't get me wrong. Maybe coming off the bench, using his pace against Tyron, probably Timothy Castagna, but I think or Robinson. Yeah, Castagna's probably on the right. My apologies. Probably will be Anthony Robinson. But yeah, I want to see Jota Silva start. I really like him. I really, really like him. When I saw him play against Newcastle, I just thought, wow, what a player. Um, his work rate, his desire, it's just second to none. I love it, and I wouldn't mind seeing him on the right. And then up front, Chris Wood, and behind him, it will probably be Gibbs White. I'm pretty sure I saw something where it said the panel has like gone 3-2 in favour of overturning it. So hopefully he's in the side, and Nuno will be on the touchline. But yeah, look, Chris Wood scored against Brighton. Would love to see him score again against Fulham. Like I say, scored against them last season. Scored against Wolves. I was there to see that, and scored against Bournemouth. Scored in both our home games, to be fair to him. So to see him score again, make it 3 home games in a row, would be lovely. He's really getting close to our top scorer in the Premier League now. I think it's Brian Roy on, I think, 26, and I believe that Wood's on 18, so he's catching him up, and I think he could probably beat him this season and become our all-time leading Premier League top goal scorer. And another goal on Saturday would not be what the word be not be turned down. Let's go with that one. In terms of a scoreline, then I'm going to go with Forest 2, Fulham 1. Go Forest 2, Fulham 1. I remember we've had some really bad moments against Fulham. Oh, goodness me. drubbed by them 5-0. That was almost the end of the Cooper reign. Beaten by them at their gaff last season, and then at home, oh, blooming heck. The first sorry, not last season. It was the season before I was referring to. Sorry, but their first season back up. Oh my gosh, 2-0 up, I think it was, and ended up losing 3-2 or something like. We were definitely leading and ended up trailing. It was part of that area in the season where we lost after being in front against Bournemouth and stuff. So, yeah. Hopefully we can have a positive memory. Positive memories in the last game. I remember Gibbs White sort of looked to the Trent end and they had a tifo with his face on there, and he just had an absolute madman performance. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't say no to seeing that again if he is able to play. But yeah, looking forward to this one then. 2-1 Forest. I'm going to go with Chris Wood and Callum Hudson-Odoi on the score sheet. But yeah, really excited to see how this one pans out, and hopefully we can create an opportunity to get another 3 points on the board and keep our unbeaten streak going. So if you did enjoy this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and you are new around here, let us know in the comment section down below what you think might happen in the game and all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. Come on, you Reds.